Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Bilal Akil and I'll be drawing and painting today in freestyle. Let's perhaps change the direction of the paper. Let's make it portrait. Let's see what interesting things can be done. If you're doing things and you're doing them all the same way, you're not getting any results, then perhaps start changing the perspective. So we're just drawing something freestyle. I'm going to just put in some colors and see how they go. I've changed the point so it's more a portrait. And I don't have any particular formula of painting or talking or any structure to the show. It tends to be just whatever I kind of want to do. You know, naturally we kind of paint what's in front of us, and in front of me is a palm tree. And I'm going to use that as a starting point, but subconsciously we're just drawing it, right? And I don't want to. But these yellows have this interesting element. Let's see if I can go deeper in here. I quite like these yellows here. You can see where this goes. Maybe this will be kind of a purple. Some people getting married. You might see people that have got married walking around. There's a dog as well. Maybe you might see that in shot. Let's have a look around just so you can see what I'm doing. Interesting. So just continuing what we're painting in a portrait type mode, and let's just see what we could do here. Oh, nice little, I like this colour. I don't know where that kind of rose by yellows and greens. I think let's continue with this. Let's see where this goes. Always the church bell in the distance. Quite like. I haven't been to any exhibitions recently, so I'm quite keen to do that, and I'll keep you posted when I do, and post it here. Let me know if you'd like to see any particular exhibitions. If you're not in London, let me know what you think could be quite interesting to go to. What I had in mind is to go to the Tate Britain and the Tate Modern, see what's showing there. I haven't been to the National Gallery for a while, and I'd like to kind of go there. For those that haven't been there, perhaps it might be an opportunity for me to show you what's in those galleries. I haven't been for quite a while, and so I am quite missing that dose of art. I mean, this is art as well, but you know what I mean. Ooh. It's always nice to see kind of not masters, but kind of contemporary painters, and also master works. Let's see how this is shaping out. Oh, so this kind of yellow's become kind of a bit of an ochre kind of colour. Let's see, the water is running out here, so it might mean that I have to get another watercolor pencil or pen. Oh, hi, yes, we're back with this new and alive brush. Makes a huge difference. Let's see. Oh, that blue on top of that kind of the dried out yellows. It's rather splendid. Let's see how this rose color also goes on. That's quite nice. Quite like that. It's interesting blue. I'm going to play with blues actually. I'm just going to play with the different kind of pigmented blues that I have. Oh, So this is a different type of ultramarine, different kind of brand, and you see quite a. I think it's a different. It's probably that's a different blue, and that's a different blue. You see that? And then building up the blues, it's. I like these brush marks that are being left here. Develop that, layer that further. Thank you.
Are you painting anything in particular?
No, it's just abstract.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I like the mixture.
It's intended to be abstract, so
Yeah.
I just kind of, yeah.
Is it watercolor?
Yeah, it's watercolor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you find it easier to use that than like oil?
I love oil, so if I'm in the studio, I'll paint with oils. But I tend to kind of paint in watercolor, or if I get the opportunity, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I find it cumbersome to bring oil painting here.
Yeah, I was going to ask which is the cheaper paint.
You can use
it watercolor or oils?
watercolor.
Sure.
Watercolor.
Is it cheaper?
Yeah, it's cheaper, but I wouldn't do it for price. It's
No, I just
easy.
wondered. Yeah.
This is a bit more higher grade stuff, but if you want to get started with watercolor, then you can go to any kind of art supply shop. You can go online.
Yeah, sure.
And watercolor's the easiest. Pencils as well.
Yeah.
I've got my color pencils here,
Okay.
and I just.
Can you put water?
Yeah, you can.
on the pencil, really?
You can. Actually, I've got green on the brush, so it kind of. But normally, if this brush was clean, then this is like quite a nice yellow, right? And it allows you to kind of be free. So I've got this kind of little, this color, right?
Yeah.
And you can just be free, right?
Yeah.
And do whatever you want to, and then if you put some water on that, and that will kind of spread. So you could start with whatever you want to.
Sure.
Do watercolor and
Yeah.
could be anything from in the shop. So
thanks for showing me, and I like that turquoise you got on the other
this one.
This one that you've got on your
This one?
thing in the bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know your one you've done in the bag.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That
Yeah.
colour.
So okay,
Is that actually turquoise?
Yeah, this is turquoise. I quite like it.
that colour a lot.
It's actually also this pigment here.
Yeah.
This,
That's lovely.
yeah, kind of just like
That's
sparkles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it when you go back to the medieval period? Because I've seen some of the paintings, by the famous. That am I right in thinking this colour was really, really expensive because it had to come from somewhere in Asia, somewhere really far away?
That's right. So the history of this colour, is that it's actually called ultramarine, right?
Yeah.
Or cobalt blue.
Cobalt blue, yeah.
So it was pigmented from rocks, normally from where you would have today Afghanistan.
Wow,
and
that's it.
Yeah.
That's so far.
Yeah. So and it's called ultramarine because over marines. Don't worry, you're not sure. It's okay.
Yeah. Ultramarine.
Yeah,
Wow.
so over the seas, right? Over the seas, back in the day, medieval period would be,
Ultramarine,
over the mountains, and so this would be kind of pigmented and mined from there. So that was ultramarine. There's also cobalt blue. Also, these are kind of minerals. There's that kind of copper element as well in this particular pigment. So it is quite difficult, and you'll see that the drapery or jewels would be kind of in this colour.
Because it means it's expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's expensive, and the royals would be kind of wearing this kind of rich pigments and stuff. Also, kind of
this particularly in the textiles.
And also you'd kind of see these rich kind of pinks in the National Gallery and stuff. You see their robes, right?
Pinks as well.
So it's the really expensive colours would be for their kind of robes or their diamonds.
So pink was expensive.
Pink because they're kind of difficult to pinks, deep blues.
So when they stopped bringing it to Afghanistan because of the cost?
Oh, they've always continued.
Did really still continue? But do they just get it now from cobalt?
Well, now there's a lot of these colours that can be synthetic, right? So a lot of the colours are like the pigments that I use here. The reason why they're quite vibrant is they're sourced from like kind of original kind of pigments and minerals and stuff. So these are kind of mineral kind of colours, but. Others are kind of, they've got synthetic colours, so they kind of put different elements and buffers to the paint. So it depends on the quality of the paint.
Sure. Thank you for explaining that. And what's your favourite sort of themes? Is it landscapes or is it people? Or?
I have a mixture actually. I like people as well. I do landscapes. Like earlier on I was like making this So I did this earlier on, one of my earlier kind of works.
Yeah.
So this was like kind of my earlier works.
Oh, nice. That looks like a car.
Yeah, it's the cars.
So
some of the cars that you see around here.
Oh, I see. Yeah, nice. Okay, thank you for showing me. Yeah.
And
is that the church or?
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
I just kind of had this kind of feel of like arches or Middle Eastern arches or part of that, and how you can look into kind of dreamscapes, and so that is kind of what I tend to do.
And you draw really nicely as well.
Yeah, it's just freestyle and whatever comes to my mind, right? Mountains and then it's just like kind of freestyle, abstract, whatever that could be.
Like
those turquoise, right?
Yeah, I like that.
With whatever it is, and this is more abstract, and I tend to do a mixture.
Okay,
I like landscape. I like all sorts.
Okay, thank you. I better let you carry on.
No, it's fine. Thank
nice
you
to
for
meet you,
stopping by.
Yeah,
Always nice to kind of interact with people. This painting has gone upside down. Maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. Oh, bit of a wind going on. I'm feeling a bit chilly. Oh, let's continue. Let's get back into that momentum. Oh, it's always nice to have conversations with people, and actually makes it a bit more lively than just asking for comments. Let's continue with this. One of my other cameras died, but that's fine. I'm going to continue with this, and I want to really make it darker, in a dark mood. I want to make this kind of dark purpley, you know, put it on top, see how that's layered there, have those brush marks in, see how those kind of layers go on. Right, that's quite interesting. Let's kind of, I wanted to just have, I don't know what's happened to me. Maybe I'm too cold and I just want to stop. Perhaps I should know when to stop and get some of these blues in. Wow. Let's see with this interesting green and turquoise and what's happened there. I just want to have some brush strokes. I want to see those brush strokes in. I want to see that movement in there. I want to see that energy, that liveliness. Perhaps it was going a bit stale. Maybe I need to be a bit more alive. There you go. There we go. Deeper purples perhaps in there, mixed with turquoises and blues. Mix that in. Let's go there. Perhaps we can have a bit more yellows. Let's see. That works quite well. And perhaps we can have some darker elements. Yes. Oh yeah. Now I'm talking. Right. It's quite nice to kind of speak to somebody alive in reality. And there we go. Shall we continue or shall we stop? I think I should stop. Although I just do kind of feel that perhaps something a bit more. Whoa! Yes. Nice kind of ochre orange element coming in there. And some more. Oh, let's splatter some oranges there. I wear some nice clothes. I'm always afraid that the paint might get onto my kind of nice jersey. It's not recommended that you wear nice clothes when you paint. I do. I take the risk of wearing a white shirt and a nice vest. But it's watercolor and I try not to make it kind of bounce this way. So I think we're going to stop there. Although I do get tempted. The shadows are coming in. That makes quite an interesting thing. Look at that. You see the shadows there. That's quite interesting. Performance art. Look at that. So I don't know if you can see that quite clearly, but there we go. Look at that. Nice. I think we'll stop there. There's quite a few paintings there. Let's see what we could do for the rest of the day. Thank you very much for joining. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. Take care of yourselves. Have fun, enjoy. Goodbye. And welcome again. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Let's get our materials together.
very sad.
Recording. Welcome again. 1, 2. Hello. 1, 2, 3. Get our materials together.
Very sad.